Oh, hello everyone. My mic was muted. Whew, how are y'all doing? It's been a day. Sorry we're a little bit late. We were we were trying to entice Gilbert to eat, honestly. So we he's still been very lethargic today. If you tuned in yesterday, you know he's been having he's not been feeling well. He's been very lethargic today, but he's picking up. He's got some he's got some perk in him right now, and he's been laying in on the bed by the open window, and he's been looking at things, and he's been sitting up and stretching, and he ran up and down the stairs today. Well, up the stairs today. We brought him down, tried to take him outside for a little bit. He wanted nothing to do with that, and he ran upstairs. He's been jumping onto his chair and onto the bed. So his energy is picking up a little bit, and we got him to, he's not eating food, but he's eating churros. We got him some churro, and he has been licking those. He downed about 3 of those little churro tubes today. And so at least he's trying, he's interested in food, which is a big thing. So I think, like we said, I think he had something stomach-wise, maybe hairballs, maybe something is just not making him feel good, and he just needs to rest it off. He doesn't have a fever, or seem to. He's not grouchy. He's actually purring when he was eating the churros. So we're hoping that everything is going to be good, and that he just has a little bit of a stomach virus or a cold or something like that. So, but he seems to be doing better. So we're putting all the good energy. We appreciate all the good energy yesterday. Thank you for that. And we appreciate continued good positive thoughts and energy for him. Let's say hi, everybody. Hello, Cheryl. Thanks for joining us. Marianne is here. Michelle is also with us. Hello, hello. Norma has joined in too. Susie is here, says hi, AG Bead fam. Hello, everybody. Norma says the temperature's dropping. We still have the window open. It was 68 today. It did not feel like that. I don't feel like it felt like 68. It was a little bit chilly for a 68. I feel like it's 60 right about now. Out there, and it's going to drop. The low is going to be 50 today, I guess. So we'll see how it goes. Marion says, William, when is it not a day? I know. Today's especially, just because we're all in our heads a little bit about Gilbert. We're like, do we take him to the vet? Do we make him go through that? Does he just have a little stomach bug? So we try not to, because he's been so stressed out between thunderstorms, temperature changes, stray cats coming around. His sisters keep bothering him. So we've been trying to just give him some time to rest. And I think he's going okay. Anne is with us. Hello, Anne. Let's see here. Let me get into this. See. Oh, I put it over here today. It's been crazy. That is good news. The churros, yes, he likes those. Norma says, hi, I'm glad he's perking up. Thank you. Did you have him eat grass? I tried to bring him in grass yesterday, and he wanted nothing to do with it. That's why I was trying to take him outside today, so that he could have his pick of grass if he wanted to. Generally, I know what grass is good for them, so I picked some yesterday and tried to get him to eat it, but he didn't want it. But he was also throwing up already some yesterday, so I think that was a bit much. So I didn't try again today, though. Maybe we'll see how he does tomorrow. Hello, Susan. Thank you so much for joining us today. Sandra is here. Mischief had a corneal ulcer, needs eye drops every 12 hours for 10 days, and that won't be fun. Then a follow-up checkup. It's not fun, right? When you have to do that, it's not fun when you have to try and do eye drops or feeding or anything like that. But hopefully that cures and helps and gets that taken care of. I'm glad to hear it wasn't terrible, I guess. Like, that's something that you can work with and hopefully help, right? So yeah, Andrew is downstairs And he may be resting at this point. He may come up later. I don't know. He was up all night making samples of things that he's practicing on and checking, which is why we're doing a sample sale today, because he made so many things. And we're like, let's go ahead and, instead of these just sitting around, because when we make samples, we don't sell them generally. And we're not even making all of these to sell. He's trying out designs that may never get put into production. So there's nothing like inherently wrong with these. Some of the settings are lighter than others, some are darker. It's kind of like when we debuted the Luster collection and we had the kind of sample cell. It's the same kind of thing tonight, just different designs that he's playing around with and possibly going to put into production. Some of these you may like, some of these may not be your thing. That's okay. Whatever you want, we're gonna put them. We're gonna give you lot numbers tonight. They're gonna be AS lots for Allegory Gallery samples, and we're gonna see if you want them. That's how tonight is gonna go. I think they're really cool, and like I said, the fact that some of these may or may not actually be put into production, you may get. I put it kind of in the description of this video. Like you may get the one that we never make, and it'll be all yours. Now, some of these we may put into production. You are getting a discount no matter what. If we put these into production, they will be a little bit more expensive than they are today. So, or else, if they're not more expensive, they will not be less. I'll tell you that. So, these are priced, I think, very fairly, and hopefully you like them. But let's chat a little bit. How about it? Let's chat a little bit first. And says, Norma, I wish you luck with the eye drops, right? Eye drops in a cat, a little bit difficult sometimes. Depending on the cat, though, right? Some cats, like Barnaby, he's pretty good. I can pretty much give him food or, shots of things in his mouth and do things like that. If I really have to do it by myself, I'm generally able to with him. Some of the other ones, I don't know. Susan says, poor Gilbert, I was sending healing vibes his way. Thank you. Yes, he's having a rough time, but he's much perkier today than he was yesterday. He's still sleeping a lot, laying around a lot, but it's kind of like when a person gets a cold or a stomach bug, I lay around a lot too. So he doesn't seem to have anything else bad going on other than that. He doesn't have a fever. He doesn't have a cough. He doesn't have a runny nose. He doesn't sound congested. So we're just kind of letting this, give him some time and just letting him rest. Dale says, good evening, listening at work. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Norma says, yes, but just a few and not bad. Good. Healing vibes to all the fur babies, says Michelle. Yes, all those fur babies out there. And says, samples are so fun because they are unique. I think so. I think these are pretty cool. I hope you all enjoy them. Let's see, we have Marty and Julie and Trowbridge and Heddab and 551219 Sue joining us over on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here as well over on Instagram. We know Instagram is not ideal because we're flipped this way and not this way, but we broadcast everywhere else this way and we can't just pick one. So sorry about that, but you can watch us on YouTube or Facebook if it makes more sense that way for you. But we're glad to have you on Instagram. And please say hi if you're over there. We're happy to chit-chat. We love chit-chatting. Norma says, the Vec recommended burrito wrap mischief for the eye drops. I would do burrito wrap probably too, right? Andrew says, oh, it just skipped. Oh. Andrew says, I'm also making a piece to honor Martha Banyas at the Metal Museum. It's based off of the AIDS quilt, but enamel square tiles. So I've been figuring out settings. Yeah, settings on the laser with enamel, not, as you'll see, not everyone. We can use the same exact settings on what seems to be the same exact enamel, and they come out different. So you're going to see them today in the sample cell. Andrew says, I'm also working on something for Crafting the Future raffle coming up. Nice. And says, I want to meet these folks who are able to get their cat into a burrito wrap. That's the hard thing, right? Like sometimes when we have to give them a bath, You try and burrito wrap them after you get them out of the tub to dry them off, and they refuse. Like, I don't know how people burrito wrapping, if you can do it, is probably a good way, especially if their claws are intact, which we always do, leave their claws intact. Luckily, our babies, we've gotten all from babies, and Andrew has trained them to get their fingernails cut and toenails cut. So they get their nails cut regularly, and it never gets crazy town sharp usually, unless we slack off on that. But he's the only one that does it, so I never complain generally. I might say, hey, it's getting a little sharp over here, climbing up my pants. But he's the one that does the nail clipping in the house. Michelle says hubby's appointment went well, and they took a bunch of blood work to test for all the fun stuff, did x-rays, and he has to go back next week for results. Good. I'm glad the appointment went well. I'm glad they're getting the tests done they need to do, which reminds me I need to get my blood work done. I've been pretty tired lately, and so, we have been busy, but I feel like I've just been extra tired, and we did reduce my thyroid dosage on my request because I thought it was too high for my heart. I feel like my heart was racing more with it, but now that it's lowered, I've been feeling like sluggish. So they are running a gamut of blood work, I think, just to make sure I'm not anemic or anything like that. So I have to fast before I do that, and then it's just one of those things that I have to go to another town, over to Johnstown, which isn't that far, but it's like another thing to do when you're fasting, and then possibly sit and wait for an hour or two to get in. So it's not been something I've been looking forward to, so I've been putting it off, but I need to do it. I need to just do it. But yes, good vibes to your husband. We hope all goes well. And if there is something off, that it's able to be figured out and worked on. Norma says, Anne, I've actually gotten rather good at that. The burrito wrap. That's good. It says, excellent. I can never imagine being good at it. Marion says, actually, Seif might let me put drops in fairly easily. She lets me clean up the gunk that builds up, no problem. Yeah, we are like, our cats know that we're going to pick their eyes, get the junk out of their eyes. We're going to cut their nails. They're just going to have to deal with it. And that's all mainly Andrew. Andrew is, gets them used to all that. So it makes it easy for me. But he's the one that does all that work, because I'm kind of more the one that just lets them do their thing. If they want to come to me, they come to me. Other than once in a while, I grab them, but I let them be their own little things. And he's like, no, you got to get your nails cut. You got to get your eyes clean, which does make it good for when this stuff has to happen, right? Susan says, we have burrito wrapped Smokey for claw clipping. He hates it and he fights it, right? Yeah, having done Andrew does a great job on it. Having done them since they were kids, little babies, they all take to it pretty well. Some of them complain a little bit, but he just grabs them and holds them with love and kisses them and cuts their nails. Oh, let's see here. And says, I bribed Daniel Tiger with extra food in a slow feeder for nail clippings. It's still a chore. And Susan says, rats in NYC are being given contraceptives. Rat family planning, says Ann Schroeder. Wow. I can see why. We have a few more people out there joining us in Instagram, Stoffel Cook and Not Cursed Art. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you out here. So today was a day, mostly been worried about Gilbert. That once that gets in my brain, things just aren't, things don't move the same way. But I also went up to the cottage a little bit. I grabbed some things. I'm working on taking pictures of the little bronze items. Look, you can't even see that. The little bronze items that Andrew and I did. They're going to be going into the online store this weekend. So if you've been wanting any of those, you can check those out. The pins and the my pendants which I think we're going to turn into quick necklaces. So we're going to sell them as full chain necklaces to make it easy for whoever's buying them to do something with them. And so those, I should have the pictures done probably, well, now it's getting dark, so probably tomorrow morning, and then I'll be putting those into the online store tomorrow afternoon. So if you've been waiting for our bronze, the first debut of the bronze collection from us, from our casting collection, they're going to be going up then. So stay tuned for that. I hope people like them. I hope people want to buy them. We got a casting set up just because we think these are going to be fun to make and people are going to enjoy them. So hopefully y'all like them. Susan said I grabbed another piece of pottery today. Oh, thank you so much. I didn't even see that. We've been so busy with Gilbert. I have not even checked a lot of the store stuff. So thank you so much, Susie. I have your stuff here at the house to drop off to you. So I just got to get across the street. You think it would be easy, right? But I don't want to leave anything on your porch too late at night. And that's usually by the time I either get back to the house and remember to do it. So I'm going to try and remember tomorrow to drop them off on your porch. And drop off your stuff, because I've got, I think, all of everything that we've had together so far anyway. And that includes the mug. So thank you so much for grabbing the piece of pottery. If you didn't know, I had released another 8 or 9 pieces of pottery into the online store a little bit ago. A few of them have sold, but not many. So I didn't make a huge splash about it. I sent out a text message, I think, though, today about it to remind people in case they missed it. I think the only place I really showed them off was on Facebook. So I put some in the stories today on Instagram and Facebook. And also I sent out the text message. And then I sent out a little email today, just a little talking about, we have lots of stuff in the online store, right? Art, pins, stringing materials, pendants, charms. You know, sometimes I like to send out an email a few times a week. I was doing it every day. I think that was maybe overkill, maybe, but we were getting more orders, so maybe it wasn't. But I do like to send out an email at least a few times a week, and sometimes it's just we don't have like a specific thing to talk about, but I think it's good to remind people that we have different things, you know, in the online store than just, because we focus on gemstones a lot, and we focus on sometimes our artwork or you know, things that we're making right at this moment, but we don't always do a callback and be like, yo, did you remember we put this in the online store too? So trying to remember to do that somewhat with our emails. Andrew says, hopefully folks like the samples we have tonight. We have to save money for a trip down to North Carolina for a conference and to drop work off, and then over to Memphis for an opening of No Place Like Home. Got a lot to do. So hopefully you like these. Hopefully you want to take some home with you. I have things priced out. I priced things out with Andrew. I don't have all the papers written yet, so I'm going to write them as we go, and we're going to take a look at the samples. And how else is everyone doing? What's going on? What's happening today? Any other plans? You got plans for the weekend so far? What's going on? Andrew says, I would like to see my friend who is finally having her surgery. Yeah, see her before she goes in for surgery. KRoot74 joined us on Instagram. Thank you so much. So what's going on, everybody? Anything to chat about? Got plans for the weekend? I wish I had more exciting things to say today, but we mostly worked on some new prototyping, which is where some of these samples came from. Been taking some pictures of things, taking care of Gilbert. So Facebook user says, just glad my dentist appointment was good. I don't know who you are, Facebook user, but thank you so much for joining us. If you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, you can re-authenticate yourself there and we can actually see who you are. Marianne is working tomorrow morning. There's a really cool opening tonight in New York City for the Jewelry Library, Andrew says. Nice. Facebook user says, that's me. Suzanne. Do we have multiple Facebook users? What's going on out there? Suzanne. Suzanne, you got blocked. They de-authenticated you. Hello, Angela. Thank you for joining us today. Good to see you here. Andrew says, and the Museum of Art and Design called Out of the Jewelry Box. That's cool. Susan says, we went to a nearby Thai restaurant for lunch with a friend. Tomorrow going canvassing for our congressional rep. Nice. I just found out that, well, not just, a little bit ago, that one of my classmates from high school is running. And so I need to find out more information. He's on my side, but I got to find out more information of what his platform is, because he's somebody he went in the military, and we never really knew each other 100%, very well in high school. He was friends with some of my friends more than me, but it's good to see him. He looks like he's doing well for himself, and he's running for a good cause, I think. So all good things. Cheryl says, I'll be doing an Earth Day cleanup at the beach tomorrow morning, and in the evening headed to the airport to cheer on the veterans coming back from the Stars and Stripes honor flight. That's awesome. That's a great day. That sounds like a great day. Let's see here. Trying to find a flight in Virginia for tomorrow night. My cousin's in hospice. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sandra. That's a quick thing to have to try to do, right? Finding a flight quick. Hopefully you can do that. Hopefully get to see them and have a good time with them. I know that hospice is a very hard thing. So our thoughts go out to you and your cousin. There, Suzanne is me. Am I me here? You are now. You are now. Andrew said, Keith Lewis, who's having the show at the Jewelry Library, has a piece in the show I curated at the Metal Museum. That's awesome. That's awesome. I cannot see. Susie says, not sure if you can see me. It's Susie. See? Suzanne and Susie. See, I thought it was two different people. I was like, we don't have a Susie that also goes by Suzanne or Suzanne. So, no, I cannot see you. I cannot. Sandra says, well, Michelle first said, I hope your cousin is in no pain. Sandra says, thanks. So stunned she was doing well at Easter. That's so sad. That's sad. Yeah, that's really sad. It's hard. It's hard, right? Danette says, hi, everyone. Hello, Danette. Just thoughts and prayers with you, Sandra. Andrew says, I want to go to all the cool openings in NYC, but we have so much going on here and getting samples ready for the class in October. Yes, we've got lots of stuff going on here. Lots of stuff happening all at once, packed, full. But, things are happening. Things are moving. Things are going. Charlie says, lots of spring cleaning. I finished some necklaces I started months ago while watching these. Nice. See, our lives are good for something, right? Our lives are good for something. But no, I'm glad you were able to finish some stuff. That always feels good, right? I know it feels good when we can finish some things. All right. I know there are other things going on in the world today, and I don't want to hold y'all up because a lot of you have weekend plans. I don't want to be here like super late into the evening because we've got things to do, and it sounds like a lot of you have things to do. So let's go ahead and get started a little early. How about that? I know 30 minutes in and calling it early, but let's get started here a little bit early. So let me flip this camera around and let's take a look at some things. As I said, I'm going to be writing the prices down. Andrew says, what? Andrew says, what? He says, early. We're not going to, usually talk for like an hour. I know, right? But I mean, we're still going to chit chat. We're going to chit chat. And let me tell you, the first portion of this is going to maybe go a little slow for some people, because we have a series of things that Andrew kept trying different things and kind of tried to make sure that we had, he could get it good, I guess. And so it's gonna go a little bit slow maybe here at the beginning. So that's okay, right? We can hang out. We can hang out and just work our way through these. But first, I want to remind you of some of the bronze things. I talked about them here a little bit at the beginning, and I want to show them to you again so that we can, so that you know what you're looking for if you want to get them tomorrow, right? Susan says, tomorrow, the 20th, is Indie Record Store Day and 420 Day. That's cool. I didn't know it was Indie Record Store Day. I should know that. I can never, generally anytime they have Record Store Day or things like that, we're not in a position for me to go crazy buying records, unfortunately, as much as I would love to. So I kind of lose track of some of that stuff, but that's cool. Are you going to go do some things? Gonna go do some things? And Suzanne says Indie Bookstore Day is next weekend. Nice. Anne says, I'm going to visit the Jewelry Library when I visit New York City in May. Nice. Susan says, my New York City go-to would be the Strand. Yeah, that's a great place, right? That's a great place. Didn't go to it near often enough when I was there, but probably good because we'd have even more books in the house, and we already have quite a lot. And we both kind of have started making the move. Andrew has definitely made the move over to audiobooks. I have started making the move over to audiobooks. And so it's kind of sad because it's harder for independent bookstores and stuff to get in that. I know they were trying to work on some programs for that, but I don't know if anything ever successfully happened. My friend used to work for Amazon, and there were some things we heard about in the background happening. Record Store Day is always so crowded. My day is Indie Bookstore Day, so I'm excited about that, says Susan. Yeah. I've heard Record Store Day is usually crazy, which is another reason we've probably never done it. I'm not one to stand in line from early morning hours. It's just not my thing. Suzanne says, I decluttered a lot. I just decluttered a lot of books. Yeah. We need to do that. Seriously, need to do that. All right. So I'm going to show you these again. These are the items that are going to go into the online store tomorrow and be available for purchase. This is one of Andrew's bronze creations. It is a lapel pin or a tie tack pin, whatever you want it to be. And it will be available. This is the little bunny head on the baby, right? And just to give you an idea, these are pretty small, but they're a good size for a little pin, right? Great for anybody to wear. And then this is the bird head, the bird-headed one. And all of these are made out of pure bronze. And they have generally sterling, if there's any silver, it's a sterling silver on it mixed. This is the horse head. Inverse centaur, as Andrew, I think, called it. And these are the kind of things we plan to do, hopefully, if people like these, when we get our casting all set up and ready to go. Then we also have this ring. This is a size 12, I believe, by the way. It's kind of a cocktail ring, I guess you might call it. It fits me on my pointer finger. That's where I would wear it. And so that will be available as well. And then I have mine, which they will all be on separate chains. You have the cardamom seed pod. And then we have the maple tree seed, which I think is one of the cooler ones. It looks just like, I think, a maple leaf seed. It came out really well. And then the peach pit, the sliced peach pit. So I don't know if people will like these or not, but especially mine. I think Andrew's might sell really well. I don't know if mine will, my natural objects, but we are going to give it a try tomorrow. And these will be on their own chain, and they will be available as a necklace to purchase. They do come with sterling. Like I said, this is where the silver, they're a mixed metal, so they're bronze with a sterling loop, sterling bail on a bronze chain. Andrew says, I love natural objects. Me too. I do too, but just because I did it, I feel like I have to say that. Like, I don't know, anybody wants these. Andrew says, your pieces turned out great. Thanks. And then they have the sterling on here. So it's definitely a mixed metal thing, and they will have that, and those will be available. So all these will be available tomorrow at some point in the afternoon once I get pictures taken and edited and listed. Everything listed, they will be up tomorrow sometime in the afternoon. Suzanne says, cool. Susan says, sheesh, we had 7 confirmed tornadoes last night, all small, even those can do a lot of damage. Well, I'm glad nothing happened to you all. I'm sorry to hear that that was around you, but thankfully they went around you, right? That's what we're thankful for sure. All right, so there they are. Those are the items that are going to be in the online store tomorrow. And, oops, what was I gonna, oh yeah. I wanna show you also, just to remind everybody, gotta get my board. Got my board of goodies over here. The luster pendants. We debuted the luster pendants, and if you have not seen those, Susan said those pieces you two made are amazing. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. If you've not seen the luster pendants, they are available in the online store. A number of you have ordered some. We are working on all the orders and getting those out the door. We have them in all different, this is the Cherokee purple color, which is named after the Cherokee purple heirloom tomato. And as you can see, it flashes like a blue, red, purpley color, depending on how it's held and what light hits it. This one here was the English ivy, was the color on this one. English ivy. This is Cherokee purple. Here is the Inca gold in the labyrinth. Susan says, I love the colors used in these luster pendants. Thank you. We tried to pick ones that we thought people would like and that we liked. I mean, usually if we pick things we like, things are easier to sell, right? And we love all these colors they come in. This is the Venetian purple. No, Phoenician, sorry, Phoenician we have a Venetian. This is a Phoenician purple, which is kind of like a royal kind of purple. And this is the Green Man design. And you can see, look at that luster. Look, that's why we call them luster. Look at those sparkles. Look at that luster. Those are available. And these will all be coming with an enameled back in black, I believe is what it's going to be. And then we have the water lilies, again, design in the Venetian red, which is a beautiful kind of almost, I don't know, it's kind of like a pinky red. I mean, I hate to say pink because I know some of us don't like that, but it has some lighter pink undertones, I think, to it. It's almost brick-like. Marianne says it's also easier to sell things you like personally as well, right? It is. If you like something, you're gonna be able to sell it with confidence, right? Sell it with confidence. And then I need one other color. What is the other color that I'm missing? Oh, this one. This one. And this one is the French lilac. I think it was called French lilac. Those going to be the same as the other ones. French lilac. So, what do you think, everybody? Three different designs, 6 different colors of each design. We have had a number of people ordering these recently, and we certainly appreciate your help getting the news out about these. As you know, we don't spend a lot of money on Facebook advertising and all that stuff, so sometimes our posts get a little bit lost compared to others, so we appreciate you all sharing and letting people know. And this is how these look in this light. Let me show you, if I bring the light closer, how they look in a brighter light. And then they're completely different too in the sunlight. See how this one almost sometimes goes gray? It's just, I love the color change qualities on them. And it also means that you can pair them with a lot of beautiful different designs. For example, Andrew made this, and he paired this, I believe, with the Phoenician purple. We've taken it off of here to get pictures of it, but he had paired this with the Phoenician purple. Get this down here, like this. But I think you could just as easily pair these pearls, like the peacock pearls, with the Cherokee purple. Like, wouldn't that be pretty? You could also, I think, pair the red. Like, look at it pulling out. You could pull out red in that. So even the green, even the ivy green, look. So if you're using like peacock pearls, there are all these colors. So many of these colors are actually in those pearls that you could use. So these are like they're meant to be with pearls or something, but really we didn't plan that, but they are just great colors for that, right? Sometimes when you look to nature and look at the colors, it gives you good ideas. So there's so many ways these pendants can be used with other components. Yes, absolutely. Suzanne says, I have some peacock pearls and I just got and love the red. This one, I do too. It's one of my favorites. It's probably one of my very favorite. I have my favorites. I don't know. I have, and depending on what I'm looking at and what I've been doing my favorites change. At first, my favorite was the English ivy, and it is still one of my very favorites. Of course, it's green. And then I love this one. This was one of my favorites. And this is one of Andrew's. Andrew loves the Inca Gold, of course. And that one is definitely, I'm not always a yellow person, but that one is definitely growing on me too. And of course, I love purple, but I'm not always in love with purple, but I love this purple. But then I like this one. This one's so hard to photograph. It took me a while to like it because I kept getting upset at it. Because every time it's really more purple, but on a screen, most screens, it looks like right now to me, it looks more blue toned or even gray, but in real life, it often looks more purple. So it was really hard. So it took me a while to like it because I was so upset at trying to get pictures of it for everybody. And then when I finally did the videos, I was like, video's good. That works. And then of course the Cherokee purple just reminds me of that tomato, and it's really, really beautiful. And it really has a lot of those colors. Like it can reflect, look, it's almost looking green, and it flips to, it has that green and that red in there. So really pretty, really pretty. Susan says it's hard to choose between the different colors. I know. We could have kept going with colors, but we were like, we have to constrain it in some way, so that, you know, people don't get too, that's also why we started with 3 designs. That's not to say we're not going to make more Andrews, looking at different designs and how they will work out, but we also, for the debut, didn't want to overwhelm people. So this is kind of, we're going to build on to this, and we're going to build onto it, I think, a little carefully, and probably not expand the color ranges too much going forward, unless we decide to really start playing. But you know, at some point it would be nice to have like all the colors and all the designs, but we're also small, and we have to keep doing what we can realistically do easily. So we started with these 6 colors that we thought were pretty magical. As Michelle said, I think they're magical how you can see them in so many colors, right? And picked some of our favorite colors from the micas and made these 3 designs to start, which we think would be pretty popular. Like this was a popular wooden pendant design, but it was so big. Like this wooden pendant, I think, was about this big. So it was a hard design to sell in the wooded style because it was just a huge pendant. Not everyone wants a huge pendant, but it really, condensing it down to just this portion with the dragonflies and the lily, the water lily, really looks beautiful, I think. And the green man also was a big pendant. Some of you, I know, have that. And just grabbing the face out of that, I think, was a really good idea. Andrew wanted to just do that. And that works really, really well. And then, of course, the labyrinth. So there you go. Danette says, can you show the back? No. Because our backs are different. We made these reversible, but they will not be that way when you get them. They will be a black enameled back. We made them so that these are our tests, so we can test both sides, and we cannot, you know, waste out on the metal and everything to do testing on. In case one side doesn't work out, we flip it and do the other side. Or we can put multiple designs in the same pendant. But the blacks will be plain, just like, you know, most pendant backs are plain. So they will be a plain black enamel. That's the plan. There will be luster on the one side with the design, and then the part that would go, you know, against your body, like most pendants, are going to be a plain back. So I don't have any right now here. We have some at the cottage, I think, that are at the point where they have the black backs, but I don't have any here. So no, unfortunately, I cannot show you the back. But you're not looking at the back of the pendant, right? You're looking at the front. So like I said, yeah, we did these so that we could test both sides and play around. I don't know if any of these have to show you. No, some of them we had designs on both sides. Some didn't work out, some did, and we take pictures of the one side. So that's that. My favorite Marianne says, is the English Ivy Green Man, but the others are nice too. I like the English Ivy Green Man as well. That's one that I keep showing photos of whenever I do pick the photos to show on social media. I pick this one often. I usually pick one of these, either in usually the water lilies or the green man in the Inca gold. But yeah, so, and I think I often do the labyrinth maybe in the red, the Venetian red. So that is those. That are those. That is those. And hopefully y'all like those. Those are in the online store, so those you don't have to purchase in any odd way, like sending in any type of emails or anything like that. They're all available in the online store. You can pick them there. You can watch videos of them there, so you can see them moving, which does help, I find. And people have said that it's helped to see the videos to decide on the colors they really want. So you can check out the videos on those. Also, when I put these up, I'm taking videos of these because they're small and very detailed. So I'm also taking videos of them in motion, just me holding them and kind of spinning them around again, just so you can see the detail on those. Probably going to start doing more videos of items of the things that we make like that. So on our custom line of things, we're going to start adding more videos to the descriptions of things, to the product listings. I can't do it for everything because it takes a long time to do those videos and edit the videos and then upload the videos. But for the things that we make in-house and we're proud of that we make and you can't find anywhere else, we are going to probably be doing videos for all those, just so that it helps you make the decision. All right. So now we're up to almost an hour of talking before we get to the actual show. So, and of course we've dropped a few people, we've gained a few people, but we do appreciate you all watching. Please like and share this broadcast. Let people know we exist in the world. Susan says, for me, it's a toss-up between the English Ivy Green and the Venetian Red. Yeah, those are two of my favorites. Those are definitely two of my favorites. I would say probably my top favorites are these three. I hate to leave out the Phoenician purple because it makes it's such a good purple. But if I had to pick like my top three favorites, probably because these also photograph really well, so it makes it easy on me. And they just have such a bright quality to them, and they're such happy colors. So yeah. And these are adorable too. Like you'll see me, like I'm putting them together. They're getting a little bit, scratch tested, and they're pretty adorable. Don't roll around on the concrete, of course. It is still glass on that copper pendant, but it is there. You don't have to worry too much about them. All right. Now we're going to get started a little bit with the sample sale. So let's get started. Let me put up the banner. You all know how to do this, right? To purchase from this video, take down each lot number, send us an email of that lot number at info@allegorygallery.com. You can put the lot number right in the subject line and hit send. And we're going to get started. Like I said, I'm going to write down these as I go. I have a little cheat sheet here. Most of these, I think all of these, we're going to do one of each only available. So what you see is going to be what you get. I think I need baggies. Do I have baggies? Hold on, everybody. Got to find my baggies. Of course, they're across the room. But at least they're in the room, which is always a plus, right? Okay, so because each of these are a little bit different, none of them are exactly the same, even though they're similar, we're going to do one at a time. So if you want a particular one, I will let you know if they get sold in the email. So I'll be watching the email. So if the one you get sold says sold before you get your email sent to us, you'll know that somebody else got it. Also, as we talked about, As we talked about yesterday, I will be sending out spreadsheets tonight, or a photo of a spreadsheet. I'm not quite sure how to do it yet. Probably photos of a spreadsheet to let you all know what lots for the week have gone unsold. So for all of our lives, I will send out a separate photo or screenshot or something of our spreadsheet. And for each one, you can check to see what is still available and what is not. So if you've been taking notes and you're like, well, I didn't get this, but I really liked, CC29 from our Chinese Ceramic Tuesday, then you can check and see on the list, is CC29 still available? Okay, still available. I'm going to send them an email for that. All right, so hopefully that will help everybody a little bit. And hello, Amanda. Thanks for joining us. Don Vera Designs joined us over on Instagram too. Seti5701 joined us over on Instagram. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'll be sending those out here also, and I will of course include this lot of items after I've gone through and invoiced everybody and excuse me, what is remaining. All right, so AS1, $8. We're going to start with this little bee. All right, now these are beads, so they are drilled top to bottom this way. This is a round. This is done one-sided. Michelle says this will have us watching AG YouTube more. I hope so. That's part of the plan, right? Get those watch hours to continue to go up. Amanda says, hello, Michelle, Marianne, and Susan. I'm so happy to be able to tune in. We're happy to have you here today. It's been a while since we've gotten to hang out with you for a while. I don't know if you're here for a while or not. You pop in often, but you don't get to hang out too much, I feel like, anyway. So this is AS for Allegory Gallery Sample 1, $8. If you like that, put AS1 in a subject line of an email, address it to info@allegorygallery.com, and hit send. And AS1 is sold, everybody. Thank you so much. That was quick. That was quick. That is the one-sided one. Now, we're going to have a few coming up that are two-sided. They're a little bit more expensive because they're two-sided. All of these, again, are cheaper than they will be if we debut them. We're not sure if we're going to debut all of these or not. So who knows? Who knows? We'll see if you like them. Also, your input would help. So if you see a particular design that you really, really love, say so in the comments. Let us know in the comments. And that just might, influence Andrew's decision on whether he continues making a particular design or not. All right. So AS2, this is where it might get a little bit, each one of these are a little different, but they're not a lot different. But we want to do them individually because they are different. And it's a sample cell. So you're seeing the samples and kind of what goes into things. This is AS2. This is a B design. This is two-sided B. They're not perfectly round. Like the first one was pretty round. These ones are all different. Yeah, like this was the first one. This one's close, but not quite. So this is AS2, and it is $14 for the two-sided one. $14 for a double-sided one, and the hole does go top to bottom on this. So that's AS2. There's a penny for size, so you can see. All right, $14 for the two-sided ones. These will probably be the single-sided ones. If we do come out with them, they'll probably stay around the $8 range, maybe $9 range, somewhere in there. The two-sided ones will go more toward probably the 16, like a double, because it's pretty much double the work. So that will be, these are a little bit less expensive than if we debut them, most likely. But you are at least getting the price they would debut at, if not less. All right, so that was AS2. We go to AS3. And again, I don't know how many of these will sell because a lot of these are very similar coming up. But hey, maybe you like a particular one more than the other. I love these. I would collect them all if it were me. I love bumblebees, and so many people love bees. For $14, even though this is a sample sale, these are, I think, still, they came out really well done. I think they look good. They look good enough for us to offer them. Not all perfect, but Andrew says, I drew this design last night. Yeah, he drew this design last night, and then isn't this the one, Andrew, that he drew it so anatomically correct that even his photo app in his phone recognized it as a bee? And that doesn't always happen with drawings, right? Are these shell? Yes, Marianne, they are. Andrew can correct me if I'm wrong, but these are a dyed shell, I believe. They're on dyed shell. So you get that yellow shell with the honeybee, and honeybees are super popular. If you don't know that, let me tell you, people love the bee jewelry. So this is AS3, $14. And like I said, we're going to have a few of them that are similar to 2 and 3, meaning we're going to have about 7 more of them. So Andrew says, I don't know if we have more of the yellow dyed shell beads, so this will be it for them in these. Okay, so there's the answer to if there will be more of these ever. Most likely not, unless we find a supply of yellow shells again. Marianne says, thank you, nice beads. Thanks. And double-sided, again, this one is this kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, octagon shape. Kind of octagon shape. And again, they do have holes down the center, so you can drop that head pin down and use them however you want. Make some little slightly asymmetrical earrings with these, or use them as pendants or a little charm. They're just a little bigger than a penny, so they could be, if you had a little charm on a bracelet, that'd be nice too. AS4, $14. So far, 2, 3, and 4 are still available. 1 has sold. Unless my email has not caught up. Sometimes the email lags behind. And let's see. Susan says, I like that 6-sided shape. There's one, that one, the one was 8-sided. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, 8-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like that one a lot. And then there is one, well, they're all different. So let's keep going. AS5. AS5. And I don't blame anybody if you're waiting to see all of these, because I did tell you up front. I like the shell on this one specifically. I like these stripies. AS5, $14. But if you do see one you like, I hope you'll grab it. Hope you'll grab it. AS6 coming up. Also $14. AS6 coming up. $14 is this one. All right. Y'all like the bees? What do you think? You like that design? What do you think of the design, since Andrew just drew that last night? That's not been a design that we've had before. He just whipped that up last night, so hopefully you enjoy that. Is that a design you'd like to see in other things? You're going to, by the way, tonight, just a hint. AS7. Marianne says, lovely bee. Thank you. And Andrew said the new Taylor Swift came out last night. I like the one, of course, that she sings with Florence and the Machine. and the Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. Cheryl says perhaps a tote. A tote with this design? Maybe. We don't sell many totes. I haven't sold a tote probably in months. I don't know why. People aren't into the totes. But I'm thinking of making a tote that has our Johnstown PA instead of the Ligonier PA, doing something for the Johnstown PA. So maybe it'll be a B. Who knows? Who knows? AS8 will be this one. That's pretty with that lighter background. And a lot of times the one side's a little bit darker than the other, which I kind of like. So there we go. AS8. Allegory Gallery Sample 8. $14. Charlie says, beautiful design, right? B-E-E, thank you. Amanda says, does your new store have a symbol? Just our AG, as usual. Just the AG logo. Not really a symbol. Just our logo. AS9. Is this B? This is a nice one. I like this one. It's got a lot of flash on both sides of that pendant. Both sides of that pendant. AS9. Marion says the bees on these yellow beads are very summery. Yeah, I think so. All right. The last yellow bee on the yellow dyed shell is this one, AS10. So if you've been waiting to see all of these before you pick one, you've now seen them all. So feel free to send us an email if you'd like to grab those. Each one is one of a kind. And as Andrew said, we do not have any more of the dyed yellow shell. So unless we find more, this will be it. You will have the only, what do we have? 10 of those. If anybody grabs them, you will have the only ones. Somebody got the only one-sided one. All right. Okay, next up, what should we do? Let's do these. Now these ones, Michelle says, wow, you guys made this today. We've made these over the last few days. Andrew's been practicing a lot. He mainly made many of these overnight. He's been up all night long. He has not slept probably in close to 36 to 48 hours because he has been making these for testing and projects, and also I think is concerned about Gilbert, as we all are, so it's harder for him to sleep. When he gets anxious, he works. When I get anxious, I usually pass out. So yeah, okay. This is the only one we're going to say multiple lots available because we can make more of these. And so if you like this, we will make more of these. This is AS11, and it is a single-sided little non-dyed shell pendant or charm. Just so you can see, it is just about the size of a penny, a little bit bigger, just a tiny bit bigger than the penny. AS11, only $6 each. Multiple lots available. We will go ahead and make more of these if people want them. Andrew has the shells to do it. So you can order as many of these, well, to a point. Andrew said these are mother of pearl, by the way. So this isn't just, it's mother of pearl. So these are mother of pearl with the B, non-dyed. If you want these, you can order as many as you want, up to a point, of course, but only $6 each. So these, I think, if you did something like these on a simple chain, like the chain that we did these on, like just think about that simple pendant on a chain, and you could definitely sell a necklace like that probably for $12 to $18, right? Super easy. Suzanne says simple is very popular, right? That like that, super popular, easy to do. You can buy chain for not a lot of money. Get some bronze chain. It matches kind of the design pretty, I mean, quite well, just to show you, like, look, right? Get some of that. You can dangle something else behind it if you want to. Just leave it very simple like that. For $6 plus a little bit of chain, you probably already have the jump rings and lobster claws. Or you can just make the chain big enough to put over the head and make it super duper simple and sell it for $18 to $24 at a show. And bees, like we said, bees are super popular. We're selling a number of these AS11s. Thank you so much. Andrew says, I love a good charm bracelet / necklace, right? Suzanne says, so popular, right? It's super easy. While we had the store open, these are the kind of things that started just selling more and more often. We're used to like selling more ornate things, but it was the simple stuff, the one thing on a chain that people wanted. They'd even come in and say, I got this pendant, can I put it on a chain with you? And we'd help them do it. So these very simple things are really in right now. Bees are still very in right now. And Andrew says, bees are symbols of prosperity, abundance, productivity, hard work, teamwork, and sweet rewards. So add that into your talk when you're selling at a show, and that really helps, right? So AS11, multiple lots available. You can go crazy ordering these. We got a number that we can make for you, and we'll be happy to do that if you like this particular sample. So there you go. Again, there's a close-up. It is on mother of pearl. One-sided on mother of pearl, $6 only. I think that's a great deal. That's like wholesale, y'all. If these do debut in the online store, those will probably be more than that. Just so you know. Just so you know. So grab them now while you can. I just threw one of my papers in the trash. Where did you go? Well, I'll just write another one. I don't know what number that was. What number? 13. AS13. Always something, everybody, right? Always something. What did I do with my blanks? Gotta find the blanks. Gotta find the blanks. There's a blank. Okay, so we're on AS12 right now. And these ones are definitely samples. And says, I really like the white mother of pearl with the gold. Yeah, that kind of bronzy gold color, really nice. Glad you like it. Glad you like it. We've got a few claims on those, so thank you so much. These ones are a little bit more rough. I don't know if anyone's going to like these. I think they came out pretty well, but they are on the verge, I'll say, of being almost too detailed. So we're leaving these at an easy $8 price if you want them. There is only one of each of these that I'll show you. There's 2 of the one design and 1 of the other, and we're going to sell them individually. So this is AS12, and these are beads as well. They go top to bottom. They are done on one side, and this is the little Gertie cat that Andrew did. And as you can see, like I said, they're very, very detailed, almost to the point of too much, I think, but I kind of think they have a nice look. So it really depends what you're going for, but I think they're pretty cool. So this is AS12, and AS12 has sold. So somebody out there really liked this one right away. So there's that one. Thank you so much. We weren't sure on those. You know, sometimes when they're super saturated kind of like that, we don't know if people like that or if you prefer the more sparse detail. Norma says, oops, I fell asleep and missed some things. I was up early to go to the vet and digest enough sleep. I'll have to rewatch later. Yeah, tune in. Tune in. You're really just starting to see stuff because honestly, the first 10 were very similar. Very similar. So you didn't miss too much. The next one, AS13, is going to be this one. This is another one like that. We tried a different setting just to test out. Oh, and didn't get enough sleep. I thought you were digesting food. That's where my mind went. Because usually after I digest food and I eat food, I get very sleepy. So that's where my mind was. So the digest made sense to me in a way. So this is lot AS13, and this one has sold. Thank you so much. Again, these are drilled and they are one-sided. So you like those. People seem to like the very saturated ones. Maybe we should do more of those. Oops, come on, paper. My papers are cut just fitting in the bags. But I only have my small bags or my very large bags. So I tried to make sure all these would fit in the small bags. Oh, my screen just went yellow because it's 9 o'clock. Let me flick this up. There we go. AS14. The last one of this type is the little boy cat, the little sailor boy cat. If you remember him, looks like Barnaby to me. It's and I'm going to forget, a little rust. Is that what's called? A rust cat? And it says, yes, that cat design is just so nice. So here's the little boy cat. We had the girl cat. So there's also the little boy. Little sailor boy. AS14, $8 for this one. And again, it is a pendant. If you grabbed one of the other 2, I could see this being a cute pair for a pair of earrings. If you wanted to do that, you'd have the little girl queen cat and the little boy king cat, or prince and princess cat on both sides, one on each side. So it says, love the kitty designs. So there they are. That's AS14 if you're interested in that one. Available at $8. $8. So far, 14 is still available. Rose and Amethyst joined us out there on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're doing a sample sale of things that we've been prototyping and creating. Some of these may go into production. Some may never see the light of day again, other than in your designs once you all make them. So we'll see. And AS14 has sold. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, next up. What's next? What should I do next? How about, y'all like the little girl cats? We have a few more girl cats. So let me go ahead and show you. Let me see, let me get my price list out here. Now we're moving into the larger enameled pieces. They are enameled on one side. Well, they're enameled on both sides, but the picture is on one side. So I'm going to show you this one, and then I'm going to show you the other one next. There's another one that looks like this. This one's a bit, I don't know, it looks almost like kind of fuzzy like a cat. whereas the other one is a little bit more, I would say, detailed. It's geared here. Let me just show you them both. This is AS15 though. This is going to be AS16 coming up. So you can see the difference. I don't know which one people will like better. I kind of like it because it kind of looks more fuzzy like a cat, but I don't know. But this is AS15. So I just wanted to show you what AS16 is going to be in case you want to grab this one or grab that one. So AS15, $24. Again, these are going, this is the back. It's a matte enamel. And this is AS15, $24. These will probably, if we come out with them as a series, they will probably be around $26 to $28. So you're getting a little bit of a discount doing it this way. And we've sold AS16 already. So I showed that one. I had a feeling that might happen. AS16 is sold already. So AS15 is still available, but AS16 has sold already. And that one was also $24. I didn't even get to show it yet, other than with that one. Marion says, the sharper image is better to me, but more for the background color. You like the white over the blue. So this is AS15, and it is still available if you like that one. Andrew says the backs will also have our logos if they go into production too, right? Or these ones. Are you going to put the logos on these ones? Suzanne says I like them both. Are you putting the logos on these ones, Andrew, or just if we produce them? He might be putting the logos on these ones, he said, just so y'all know. All right. Got to have our logo somewhere, right? So people know. Okay, AS17. AS17 is the bear. All right, AS17. He tried out the bear design to see how that would do. This is the only bear I think we have tonight. He only tried it once to see how it would look and if he liked it on thinking about going into production with it and how it would come out. So I don't know if he's going to continue using this. So this is a one of a kind at this moment. So one of a kind at this moment in the bear, and that's the back. Whoop. With the counter enamel on the back. They will have our logo engraved in them as well. AS17, $24 only. Again, if these go into production, probably $26 to $28 a pendant. Marianne says the bear looks good. Susan says the bear looks very wise, but don't mess with him, right? Don't mess with that bear. Very serious student there. All right, so that is AS17. I think that's very cute. If you like that, that is available at $24. We've sold a few more AS11s as time has gone on, so thank you so much for that. AS11 is the one that we're mass producing more, or we can. We have multiple lots available of that mother of pearl, little B. All right. AS18, one of the most popular designs we had in these, at least at our show that we went to, was the possum. And so we did Mr. Possum on this. This is kind of the matte blue, light robin's egg blue enamel. Marion says the bear is clearly thinking how to impart his wisdom, right? AS18 gave this one a try to see how it came out. I think it came out really well. And this is from the Noble Creature collection. Noble Creatures collection from Andrew. And this is the possum. AS18, $24 for this pendant. I should give you some sizing, right? By the way, So these pendants are, here you go, so you can see about 1.5 inches by generally about 1 inch and 3/8, 1 inch and a quarter. These must be done in, yeah, they're 30 millimeters by 40 millimeters, or 3 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Possum is the trickster, says Suzanne. Maybe, right? I love the possum. I think it's my favorite one of the noble creatures that Andrew did. We sold a lot of it at our show in Pittsburgh. We sold a lot of that design. AS 18, $24. Let's see here. AS 19 coming up. Oh, what's next? This one. AS 19, $26 is the B on, this is a hand cut pendant by Andrew. It's a hand cut piece of copper. It's a little thinner than some of the other ones, so it's a little bit lighter. And it's done with the counter enamel on one side. And this actually has a mica luster also on this side. So you can see a little bit of that luster on there. And this is the B. And it says, wow, that bee looks big and wonderful, right? This is AS19, $26. It's a little bit more because it's a hand-cut one. It takes a little bit more time, and the thinner copper takes a little bit more to work with. So, but it also gives it a rather lighter design. I'm not going to say much lighter, but a rather lighter design. Michelle says, still amazed that this was all done in such little time, right? I mean, kind of little time, but also little time. Oh, and there we go on the B. So AS 19, $26 only. How are y'all liking the sample sale? Got a lot of people over on Instagram hanging out. Possum, says Charlie, right? Love the possum. Charlie loves the bear too. Thank you so much. Susan says, Andrew worked so darn hard. I know, right? He's been trying out designs. That bee, again, he hand drew that last night. So that was hand drawn first, and then he made these samples, all these samples with the bee. So he's been a busy bee himself, a busy bee. Okay, what's next? Let's see here. Let's move over to this one. AS20. Marion's not really into possums. I love possums. AS20, $38. I think this is the most expensive one tonight because it's a large bee. It's also on a hand-cut thin piece of copper. It is done with luster, and that is really one of a kind piece. Again, still a less expensive price, or possibly the same price, but probably if we went into production with these with the thinner hand-cut ones, they're a little harder to do. So it probably would be a little bit more expensive than this even. So check that out. That bee design and all its bee gorgeousness. This is maybe because we don't have possums here. I love little possums. I think they're cute. Oh, Susan's going to say too, I respect possums because they do beneficial things, not the cuddliest of the creatures. No, they kind of like hiss and then play dead. They're not really, something that you're going to cuddle with, but neither is really a bunny in your yard or, anything that comes through your yard. You don't want to cuddle with a raccoon, or even though they're all cute. I guess some people do. Some people feed them. We've all seen the the thing on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, right, with all the raccoons. Some people get along with them and they come cuddle, but I don't think you're gonna get a possum to do that. Andrew says, with the new jewel tool, I should be able to get quicker at doing the hand cut pieces. That would be good, right? So this is AS20, $38 if you're interested in that. I think that's the most expensive piece this evening. AS20. All right, what's next? AS21. Oh, I lied a little bit, y'all. We do have one more possum to go. I was thinking that was the only possum, but no, it's hiding here. So this is AS21. This is the possum on the white. I think the other possum was on blue. Pretty sure. This is the possum on a white background. $24. AS21, $24. Yes, I do like how the hand-cut ones look. I do too. I do too. I don't know. I like them both. I like these because they're standardized, and we can make these easier. I like the hand-cut ones because they're, I think, a little more. They look more hand done, like someone's touched them more. Even though we pretty much, other than the cutting, pretty much they get the same treatment. But yeah, there's different. But the hand ones always are going to be a little bit more expensive. Hello, Harry. Thank you for joining us today. The hand done ones are always going to be a little bit more expensive, right? And let's see, AS8 has just sold. Thank you so much. AS8 has just sold. This is AS21. That's the possum in white. Again, if you're just joining in, we're doing a sample sale. These are samples that Andrew has been working on mainly throughout last evening, but really over the course of a few days, working on different designs and seeing what works with the laser, what doesn't work with the laser, what's going to work on the pendants and the enamel and what looks good, testing out new designs. Some of these may never be put into production. Some of them might be at some point, but you are getting the very best prices on these that we will ever offer as far as the retail prices go. Let me see here. This one is also going to be 24. AS22. And this is a very light, it came out very light of the red panda. The red panda. AS22. So there's the red panda. Came out as a light-ish design. Do have another one to show you coming up next. It's a little darker depending on which one you like. AS22, $24 for the red panda. I like that one. The red panda was also a very big seller. People love a little red panda. And the next one, AS23, is also $24 on the red panda, a little bit darker than the last one. A little bit darker, depending on what you like. Whoops. AS23, $24. Lots of sampling. You can see how many things we go through. We don't always, generally, you know, we don't show a lot of our samples, but y'all like that kind of sample sale we did before, so we said, hey, why don't we try it again? But generally we don't show off a lot of the projects and trials that we do, but it does take a lot just to get to what we decide that actually finally debuts, right? So a lot of people don't know how much it takes. Behind the scenes, we try to make it look easy when we come out with something new, but you're getting a glimpse here of how long Andrew's been working on these, for example, just to get them ready. Maybe not how long, but how much energy and how much trial and error goes into them. All right, we're going to step up the size a little bit to some bigger ones now. So the price goes up a little bit, $32. And at $32, let's start with the cat, the Gertie cat. It's like a little Gertie wearing pearls. AS24, $32. Again, our logo will be engraved on these before they're sent out. But AS24, $32 for the largest. These are the largest size. And to give you an idea, these are 35 by 45 millimeters, or just about 1.5 inches by 1.75 inches. AS24, $32. In purple, in that beautiful kind of lavendery purple color. All right. Oops, come on. AS25 coming up. AS25, $32. And the little cat, the little boy sailor cat. AS25, $32. And the little boy sailor cat. AS25. Susan says, "Oh, very sweet kitty. Thank you." And he's sweet. He reminds me of my Barnaby. I love Barnaby. He's a good boy. $32. These ones will probably retail at this size for about $36 or so. If these, depending on which ones go into production, we're trying a different, you'll see, trying a number of different styles on these. And let's see here, AS26. Andrew says, even though the laser is precise, there's still a lot of mystery about the process. I can do the same design on 2 pieces made at the same time, and all the conditions are exactly the same, but some will turn out really sharp and others a little softer. Suzanne's, the cinnamon just shook some fur off. That's funny. That's funny. Amanda says, we have possums, but they are not native to this area. All right, AS26 is the owl. The owl and the large pendant. And these, again, are things that, even though they're larger, you could easily just put these on a chain. Make them very simple. Put them on a chain and be done, right? Put them on a chain and be done. There we go. $32, AS26. I'm going to take a drink. Sorry, y'all. Drying out. Amanda says, we had a possum and skunk have fights in the late winter, but now they are friends and I've seen them hanging out together. That's cute. They made up. Decided to share the territory, huh? What do you all think of these designs? You like them? Are you interested in these? You like them? AS27 coming up. AS27. The owl in green. The owl in green. AS27. Suzanne says, I like them. Thank you. Owl in green. AS27. This is the largest pendant. Again, could do it easily on a chain, or you can embellish it with your own design. I think it would be perfect both ways, however you choose to do it. I really like this green color. I think we have one other one in this color, which I think some of you are going to really love too. AS27, $32 for the owl. AS28, $32. We have the octopus. Look at that. I think this came out really well. I wasn't sure how the octopus would look because there's a lot going on, but I think this came out really well on here. AS28, $32. Only one of the octopus, I believe, tonight. Unless Andrew's got any more. He was doing some cleaning on some things. But right now, AS28, $32. Octopus on the kind of slightly off-white background. I managed to get them on video. I was glad to see them getting along. The skunk spraying was getting very stinky, but I haven't seen them in a while. We get skunks that come through here quite often in the summer, spring and summer, and they seem to always spray around. I don't know if they know we have cats and they're sensing that. Barnaby going outside. Gilbert going outside, but I think that sometimes the skunks sense that. AS28, $32. AS29, also $32. And unless Andrew has more down there that I don't have in my tray, these are the last two coming up. So if you've been waiting to see them all, I know a lot of people do that. If you've been waiting to see them all before you make your decisions, we're getting close. AS29. AS29 is the goat on the white. There's a yellowback. And AS29 has sold. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And AS30 is another of the goats on the green background. Marion says that goat is staring at me, right? It looks you deep in the eye. This is on the green background. This is the back. AS30, $32 for the goat in green. How about that? The goat is a very popular design too. The goat seems to sell on the paintings more often. We did sell a number of those when we did some prints of them for the holiday show, along with the possum and the red panda. Those are very popular. Of course, Andrew is trying some of the more popular designs. So the ones you're seeing here tonight are some of our more popular ones from the Noble Creatures series, and some of the ones people have been requesting and sending us emails requesting. So that's AS30, $32 for the goat in the light, kind of green, kind of tealy green color, teal, more of a teal color maybe. All right, and I think that's it, unless Andrew has more that he worked on that I don't know about, because I grabbed one tray. But thank you for joining us tonight. Let me flip the camera around real quick. Before I do that, actually, before I flip it around, let me remind you that we are going to be putting these bronze creatures, these pins of Andrew's, into the online store. And his ring, which comes in at a size 12. So it fits my pointer finger. I don't know that it fits. It would fit that finger too. And that doesn't fit that. So if I were wearing this, I would probably wear it on my pointer finger, one of my pointer fingers. Andrew says I have a few more, but I need to paint them. Do we want to wait? Do we want to hang out and see a few more, everybody, or what are you feeling? Let me know in the comments, because I can hang out here and chat with y'all. And then, of course, my found objects are going to be in the online store. These pendants, they will come as a necklace, a already made necklace ready to go to make it easy. Andrew said, I'd love to see that bird baby, this one, as a pendant. Maybe. You could wear it like this as a pendant, right? Upside down. It'd be hanging upside down. You could use that. Susan wants to hang around and wait and see more. Is this something, Andrew, that can happen soon, or should we not wait? He's probably working on it right now. There we go. I love these little pins. So they're soldered on there, little pin backs. Anne says, that's what I was thinking about the bird baby. Wrap both sides and it's a cool pendant plus dangles from the bottom. Yeah, if you wrap this right, you could get it to stand probably, right? If you did the wrapping right, especially if you wire wrap somehow, and then you could dangle from the bottom. It doesn't have to be a ring, right? Y'all are talented. Y'all know you can do stuff. So it could definitely be turned into a pendant, I'm sure. I think that would be a cool pendant, right? As it is. You could dangle stuff inside of it. You could dangle stuff down from it. Wire wrap both sides, like Anne said. Keep it up, keep it held in place. So that will be going into the online store. I will be listing it probably as a ring, maybe a ring / pendant, we'll see. But I will list it with the size of the ring in case somebody does want to wear it that way. I would definitely wear it as a ring. It needs to fit. It needs to be this finger though. That's the one it fits on. It doesn't change too much. I would wear it like that, like a cocktail ring, right? Is that what they call them? Cocktail rings? When you get these big, ornate, crazy kind of rings for show, right? Rings for show. You got the bird baby. So those will be going into the online store. The luster pendants are already in the online store if you'd like to grab those. We sold a few of these from the sample sale tonight, but not too many have gone out the door. So if you saw something you like, they're most likely, they might still be available. These ones I may take pictures of actually tonight and post on Facebook to show off the sample sale, because I think these are kind of things that if I don't show them, if I don't take pictures and show them, they might disappear into our ether and never be seen again. So I would like to make sure people see these. So I might do more than just send out a spreadsheet for tonight's leftovers. I might actually work on taking some photos of these and posting them into Facebook and whatnot so people can see what's available and what's still left. Can't do that with everything, but these I think deserve it before they just disappear into nothingness. Talking about these pendants we were looking at today, these are definitely going into the online store tomorrow, maybe tonight if I can get good pictures, depending on my light. Sometimes my lights in here give me good enough light to do things, and sometimes they don't, and it depends. Like this being metallic might get a better picture, so these might go in the online store tonight. We shall see. We shall see. So how's everybody doing? What'd you have for dinner? Did you have dinner? We had some burgers and some meatless burgers and meatless chicken patty burger. That's what we had, and we actually ate before the live today. What you got? Oh, is this a mass produce? Okay, just got another one. You can order multiple lots available. And I'm guessing this should be the same price as the other one. He didn't give me pricing on that, so we're going to make it the same price as the other one. Which, what was the other one? Where are you? Multiple lots available. 6. Whew, that's a good price. Okay. So, got one more here, AS31. Multiple lots available. And that is this green man. This green man done on the mother of pearl, one-sided, AS31, only $6 each, multiple lots available. So let's see here. Marion had a fried egg sandwich. I almost put fried eggs on top of our other sandwiches. I was going to do it, but I was running low on time because we did it right before the live here. And then we were taking care of Gilbert a little bit and checking on him, which is why we started a little bit late today. But he seems to be doing better. He's got some good energy going, I think, and he's been getting up and stretching his back out. And usually when cats are really sick, they don't do things like they just lay around. So he's been getting up, stretching, moving around. He ate some churros, those little packets of saucy goodness. I don't know what else to call them. If you know what a churro is, he ate like 3 little packets of churros, which is good. He's only liking the chicken right now. I do find when cats are not feeling well, they don't go for fish as much. They tend to like chicken, so I made sure to get him some chicken ones, and he ate those. Try to get him to eat some little, we had some little snack crunchies around, but he's not into eating the solid foods yet, so we'll see. Norma had cheesesteak and fries. That sounds good. I, of course, haven't had that in a long time. There was a business that did They did the meatless cheesesteaks, and it was actually pretty good. I had one. It was pretty good. Susan had leftover Thai soup that was similar to pho. My husband ordered it not realizing it was broth-based. He liked it. I thought it was delicious. That sounds good. I don't usually go for... I guess I do. I like broth-based soups. Suzanne had veggie sauté with mango cake for dessert. That's awesome. Amy says it's cat yogurt, right? That's what a churro is. Cat yogurt. It's perfect. Cat yogurt. Hello, Amy, by the way. Samira's backyard garden has joined us. Hello, hello. Andrew says, I dropped the painted cat one and it rolled under the dresser, so it's not going to happen tonight. So this is the last one tonight. This is AS31. Andrew says, I'm thinking of using a darker green for the green man. So if you'd like this in a darker green, we can do it in the darker green too, if you prefer. So let us know if you order AS31. There are multiple lots because we can make more of these if you like that. $6 each only. And again, at $6, right? Throw it on a chain. This is some of these things you buy for yourself, right? Or people who you really love, and you're making them a special gift. Some of these you buy to make and sell maybe at shows. Something like this you can buy for yourself, but also at $6 you can make a profit on these pretty easily, because if you put it on a simple chain, even if you don't use a lobster and jump ring, just put it on a chain over the head, sell it for $12, $18, you double or triple your money on that. And so that's a pretty good profit to make at a show, right? And I think you could sell those quite a bit. Marion says possibly yes to a darker green. So there you go. Susan says the details on the yellow gold green man are amazing. Thank you, right? I think you got some really good details in that one. I think it looks really good. Good job, Andrew. Good job. All right. So that is it for tonight. Let me flip this camera around. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I do know other things go on in the world, and we really appreciate you hanging out with us and choosing us to hang out with. Like I said, I know there are other things that are happening all over, and the fact that you all hang out with us often, most of you, many of you, every night really is kind of amazing. So we really very much appreciate it. We're sending good energy out to y'all who need it. You know, we're thinking of everyone out there, and you all are on our minds a lot. Sometimes we don't bring things up in the live because unless you bring it up, we don't want to bring it up again. But in case something, you know, it's not so great. But we do appreciate you hanging out and, you know, just sharing this time and spending time with us, hanging out with us, being with us, and being part of this AG, you know, AG Bead fam, because it's really a special thing. There are a lot of groups that there's a lot of infighting, and there's a lot of bickering, and there's a lot of, you know, angry words that get said. That does not happen here, and we're so thankful for it. And so thank you. Thank you so much. Andrew said the dark parts kept burning through to the metal. Oh, the platypus didn't turn out. I have to redo it. So there was a platypus that he's been working on, has not worked out. Susan says good night. Anne says thank you. Suzanne says good night and happy weekend, everyone. Yes, have a great weekend. Marianne says everyone have a great night. Norma says good night, everyone. Amy's waving bye. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Have an amazing weekend. Like I said, we're going to pop some things out there over the weekend that you may want to take a look at. So stay tuned. If you're around Facebook, take a look here every once in a while. And we will see you back here on the live on Monday. Have a great one, everyone. Bye now.